sing to the Lord, rejoice in our Creator, greeting him with acclaim, singing psalms of praise. And of course, there's that old Bubameister or tale where the little boy goes to the rabbi and he says, "Rabbi, I don't know how to pray, and all I can do is sing." And the rabbi says, "Sing. The Lord knows what's in your heart." And so that's why I like to do this psalm singing. Okay, top of 254, the first two lines. Lachune ranana, lachune ranana, lachune ranana, ladonai. Lachune ranana, lachune ranana, lachune ranana, ladonai. Naria, Naria, Letsur Yeshenu, Nikad Mapana Batoda. Naria, Naria, Letsur Yeshenu, Bizmi Road Naria Lo. And down by the box, Arbaim Shana Akut Bedor, 40 years contending with that generation, led me to say, they are wayward and care not for my ways. Therefore in indignation did I vow, they would never reach my land of peace and rest. And that also kind of a little bit coincides with what we're reading in the Torah tonight from Parsha Pinchas. So most of the generation has died off. The Lord promised that that's going to happen. You've been naughty boys and girls, and you're not going to get there. And so we'll talk about that more later. Sing a new song to the Lord. Renew yourselves, all people on earth. The middle of 254. Shiru Ladonai, Shir Chadash, Shiru Ladonai, Kol Haaretz, Shiru Ladonai, Baruch Hu Shemo, Basaru Miyom Liyom Yeshuato, Shiru Ladonai, Shir Chadash, Shiru Ladonai, Kol Haaretz, Shiru Ladonai, Baruch Hu Shemo, Basaru Milom Yom Yeshuato, Basaru Miyom Liyom Yeshuato. Top of page 256, Yismachu. Let the heavens rejoice, let the earth be glad, let the sea and all it contains roar in praise. Yismachu hashamayim, hashamayim, Yismachu hashamayim, hashamayim, Yismachu hashamayim, v'togel horetz. Yismachu hashamayim, hashamayim, Yismachu hashamayim, hashamayim, Yismachu hashamayim, v'togel horetz. Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, umalo, Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, umalo. And again, another big theme that we do when we're talking about and during our services is about light. And lights is stored for the righteous, joy for the honorable. Light. We light candles on Friday night. We light the Shabbat, the Hanukkah menorah, the Hanukkot. Light is a big deal. And, of course, light separates day and night, so it's a big deal. Orza Ruach at the bottom of the box on 256. Orza Ruach la tzadik ulishrei lev simcha. Orza Ruach la tzadik ulishrei lev simcha. Or zaru ala tzadik ulishrei lev simcha. La 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 simcha. Or zaru ala tzadik ulishrei lev simcha. La 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 simcha. Now, one of the things I just noticed and just thought about, I don't really know Hebrew, but I know Or is light, and Tzaddik, a Sadek, is a righteous person. So Or is Aruch la Tzaddik, that's that's where light's stored for the righteous. And Lev Simcha. What's a Simcha? It's a joyous what? Go ahead. Yes, it's a joyous. So there's where we talk about joy, and so you can start picking out some words from the translation that you don't really. I never thought about it till just. So we'll go on to page 260. And one of the things you'll, I believe, isn't this the one we do on taking the Torah back? I think on Saturday morning. I think it's 400 and something or other. I believe it is. It's Mizmor LaDavid. Havu Ladonai. Yes. So we do a different tune, but those of us who participate on Friday night know the words. And so it's page 260, and it's the prayer that we say when we're carrying the Torah around when we return it to the ark before we put it away on Shabbat morning.
So what page is it in this?
260 in this one, in this book.
Right.
Right.
But isn't it in here too?
It should be, is it not?
424. 424.
Oh, okay. Is it not in 260? It's not listed there? Okay.
It's listed as 424 service.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Yeah, I just had found it. Yeah. Yes, okay. It's a little different tune on Saturday morning, but it's good. So keep your finger in 424. Okay. Are we ready? Havu Ladonai b'nei Elim, Havu Ladonai kavod va'oz, Havu Ladonai kavod shemo, Ishtachavu Ladonai b'charat kodesh, Kol Adonai al hamayim, El hakavod hirim, Adonai al mayim rabim, Kol Adonai b'koach, Kol Adonai behadar, Kol Adonai shaver arazim, Vayashaber Adonai et arze avanon, Vayarkidem kemo egel Lebanon Vasirion, Kamo vein reimim, Kol Adonai hotsev lahavo esh, Kol Adonai Yachil Adonai Midbar Kadesh, Kol Adonai Yahole Ayalot, Vayehesov Ye'arot, Uvhechalot, Kulo Omer Kavod, Adonai Lamabul Yashab, Vayeshev Adonai Melech La'olam, Adonai Oz Le'amo Yitain, Adonai Yevorech et Amo Vashalom. Lachado D, found on page 262 and 264. We're going to do the first two verses, then we turn to 264. We rise and we sing the final verse, welcoming the Shabbat bride. Lecha dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat nikabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat nikabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad. Hishmianu el hamyuchad, Adonai echad, Ushamo echad, L'shemo tiferet v'li tehila, Lecha dodi likrat kala, Pene Shabbat nikabela. Likrat Shabbat lachuven elcha, ki mekor habracha, merosh mekadam nesucha, sov maseh b'mashava tehila, lecha dodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nikabela. 264. Boi v'shalom ateret bala, gam b'tzimcha ubzachala, toch emune am segula, boi chala, lecha dodi likrat kala, Pene Shabbat nikabela. We have a lot of symbolism in Judaism, and wouldn't it be kind of neat? I mean, our people are talking about going to Israel, and I remember when we were there, and of course you're only there for a short time, and you want to do as much as you can, but pretty much Jerusalem shuts down at on Shabbat, and it shuts down. We were there in May, and it pretty much shuts down around 3 o'clock in the afternoon of Shabbat afternoon, and you can walk around and do things like that, but stores aren't open, and restaurants aren't open, and it's pretty neat because you can actually really celebrate Shabbat. Our hotel had candles out, a big tray of candles, so everybody who wanted to light candles could have it, and a little kiddush there. And then the elevator was set to stop at every single floor. We happened to be on the 8th floor, so every floor we stopped at. But you didn't have to press any buttons. I think the lights were on. I think the lights were pretty much on all night, so because they couldn't have, or they dimmed them in the evening in the lobby, but they didn't turn them off, and you could really see where the symbolism, blessing the bread and having, just really stepping back in time. And so it was, and treating the day as a special day, as if you're a bride and everything. So I think it's very sweet. I probably talked about the Torah. When I'm talking about the Torah to people, I say, it's just like a princess, a queen, has a crown, has a beautiful necklace, has a beautiful frock, a velvet frock with stitching on it. And I think we get caught up, especially if you grew up in it. You get caught up and you see, oh yeah, that's the Torah, and so it's funny because people who study really are more fervent about it because they have embraced it in their hearts, and we're just born that way. So you have to, I liken it to, you've got to be respectful, and it's, I think the Torah service, everybody says, oh, it's so boring, but it's not. It's beautiful. It's pageantry and it's ritual, and I really like it. So it's one of the reasons I like being the Gabbai. Anyway, so we'll conclude our Kabbalat Shabbat service with the English reading responsively on 267, A Song for Shabbat. A song for Shabbat. It is good to acclaim the Lord, to sing your praise, exalted God. to proclaim your love each morning, to tell of your faithfulness each night. To the music of the lute and the melody of the harp, here we are singing again. Your works, O Lord, make me glad. I sing with joy of your creation. How vast your works, O Lord, your designs are beyond our grasp. The thoughtless cannot comprehend, the foolish cannot fathom this. The wicked may flourish, they may spring up like grass, but their doom is forever sealed, for you are supreme forever. Your enemies, Lord, your enemies shall perish, all the wicked shall disintegrate. But you have greatly exalted me, I am anointed as with fragrant oil. I've seen the downfall of my foes. I have heard the doom of my attackers. The righteous shall flourish like the palm tree. They shall thrive like a cedar in Lebanon. Planted in the house of the Lord, they shall flourish in the courts of our God. They shall bear fruit even in old age. They shall be ever fresh and fragrant. They shall proclaim the Lord is just. He is my rock in whom there is no flaw. 4 lines from the bottom on 266. Tzadikatama Yifrach Keres Bavanon Yizke Shetulim Beveit Adonai Bechatz Rot Eloheinu Yafrichu Od Yenuvun Beseva Deshenim Varananim Yeyu Lahagid Ki Asher Adonai Tsuri Velo Avlatabo. Our service will continue on page 281. Please join me at the top of the page. Praised are you, Lord our God, King of the universe, whose word brings the evening dusk. You open the gates of dawn with wisdom, change the day's divisions with understanding, set the succession of seasons, and arrange the stars in the sky according to your will. Adonai Tsevaot, you create day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness away from light. Eternal God, your rule shall embrace us forever. Praised are you, Lord, for each evening's dusk. El Chai v'kayam, Tamid yimloch aleinu leolam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai, Hamariv Aravim, Aravim meaning the evening. Page 282, praising God for gift of Torah. Ahavat olam Beit Yisrael amcha havta Torah umitzvot hukim umishpatim otanu limadeta al kain Adonai Eloheinu b'shachveinu uvkumeinu nasiach b'chukecha v'nishmach b'divrei Toratecha umitzvotecha la'olam va'ed ki heim hayenu v'yorech yameinu uvahem negev yomam v'layla v'yavatcha al tasimenu leolamim baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael. Shema 284. El Melech Ne'eman. Shema Yisrael. Adonai Eloheinu. Adonai Echad. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשכבך ובחומך, וקשרתם להיות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. Please continue the bottom of 286 or 287. I want you to note that the two pieces from Deuteronomy will be are in Parsha Ve'et Hanan. That's coming up in 3 weeks. That's the weekend that we have that lady coming here to speak to the congregation. Dan, do you remember about the organization and about, is that kind of what it is?
I forget what Naomi said, but
Something like that.
Naomi's pretty high on this lady, so.
Yeah. Anyway, those pieces, obviously the Shema is there, but that Parsha, Ve'et Hanan, is more than just the Shema. It also includes the 10 pronouncements, repeat of the 10 pronouncements. So I'm hoping there's a minyan. I should start practicing. It was my bat mitzvah Parsha. My brother did the Shema and I did the pronouncements, but we didn't learn trope at the time. So I really have to learn it every year anew. I don't remember it from year to year. So hopefully that's the weekend of the 15th and 16th. Isn't that correct? 9, 16th and 17th. Okay, we'll continue on page 289. Please join me. We affirm the truth that he is our God, that there is no other, and that we are his people Israel. He redeems us from the power of kings, delivers us from the hand of all tyrants. He brings judgment upon our oppressors, retribution upon all our mortal enemies. He performs wonders beyond understanding, marvels beyond all reckoning. He has maintained us among the living. He has not allowed our steps to falter. He guided us to triumph over mighty foes, exalted our strength over all our enemies. He vindicated us with miracles before Pharaoh, with signs and wonders in the land of Egypt. In wrath he smote all of Egypt's firstborn, bringing his people to lasting freedom. He led his children through divided waters as their pursuers sank in the sea. When his children beheld his might, they sang in praise of him, gladly accepting his sovereignty. Moses and the people Israel sang with great joy this song to the Lord. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, no tehilo osei velech, malchutaka ra'uvanecha, bokeyam li'ivnei Moshe, zeli anuvi amru, Adonai yimloch laolam va'ed v'ne'emar kifada Adonai et Yaakov ugalo miyad hazak mimenu Baruch atah Adonai Gal Yisrael. 293. Help us, our Father, to lie down in peace and awaken us to life again, our King. Spread over us your shelter of peace. Guide us with your good counsel. Save us because of your mercy. Shield us from enemies and pestilence, from starvation, sword, and sorrow. Remove the evil forces that surround us. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings. You, O God, guard us and deliver us. You are a gracious and merciful King. Guard our coming and our going. Grant us life and peace now and always. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Praised are you, Lord, who spreads a shelter of peace over us, over all his people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Ushmor tzeitenu uvoenu l'chaim l'shalom me'ata v'ad olam ufros aleinu sukat shalomecha baruch atah Adonai haparei sukat shalom aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael v'al Yerushalayim. Top of 294. V'shamru v'nei Israel et ha-Shabbat, lasot et ha-Shabbat, liderotam barit olam, beini uvein b'nei Israel, oti le'olam, beini uvein b'nei Israel, oti le'olam, ki sheshet yamim, Asa Adonai et ha-shamayim ve'et ha'aretz uvayom hashvi shovar vayi nafash uvayom hashvi shovar vayi nafash. Amida is found on page 296 to 303, but keep your finger in 296 or 298, and why don't we, or 296, and why don't we go to the back of the book and we'll do it together, including the ematot and the fathers and the mothers. Okay, so this is in the back, the first page. Please rise. Adonai sifatai tivta ufidia gita hilatecha Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avoteinu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzhak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagidol Hagibor V'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Hasadim Tovim V'Konei Hakol V'Zocher Hasdei Abba Omega Goel Lefnei V'Nehem Maman Shemo V'Ahava Melech Ozer Upokedu Moshiach Umagen Baruch Atah Adonai Magen Abraham Upoked Sarah. Now you can go back. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai V'Chayei Metim Atah Rav L'Choshiyah Machalchei Chayim B'Chesed V'Chayei Metim B'Rachamim Rabim Somek Noflim V'Rofei Cholim Umatir Asurim Kayen Emunato Lishene Alfar Nikamo Haba Ogavuro Umido Melech Minid Kayen Hatzpia Yeshua Ne'eman Ataliot Metim Baruch Atadonai Mekayim HaMetim. Dr. Rose. Top of 302. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Laolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Laolam. Ki atahu melech Adon lecho hashalom. Ki atahu melech Adon lecho hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Laolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Laolam. V'tov be'enecha levorech et Amcha Yisrael b'choi uv'chol sha'a b'shlomecha. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Laolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Laolam. Tasim Laolam. And the second paragraph, the last two lines, the third word from the left. Ose shalom b'momav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imaru, amen. Yaseh shalom b'momav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imaru, amen. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. V'imaru, amen. You may be seated. So this is a nice little book. It was kind of one I think I found when my kids were in religion school, and I didn't really appreciate it until I started doing Devars. And it's a book of Torah readings. They've got just one page per parsha, and so it's it of course just takes one piece, but it's very nice. So I'm going to read you what this one is. It's a short one. It's the shorter even of the 2 pages. It's Pentecost, Numbers 25 through 31, and chapter 30, verse 1. And this is how it goes. Moses was old. His great work had drawn to a close. Now he concerned himself about Israel's future leader. The people were eager to take possession of the promised land, and they needed young but experienced leadership. The Lord said to Moses, "Ascend this mountain and see the land which I have given the Israelites. When you have seen it, you also will be gathered to your people as your brother Aaron was." So again, his promise that nobody of that generation was going to be entering the promised land. And we mentioned that earlier. Moses said, "Let the Lord appoint a leader over the people so that they may not be like sheep that have no shepherd." And the Lord answered, "Take Joshua, the son of Nun, for he is a man of wisdom, courage, and holiness. Bring him before Eleazar the priest and all the congregation of Israel. Transfer your leadership to him by laying your hand upon him in their presence, so that they may know he is now their leader." Moses did as the Lord commanded him. He placed Joshua before Eleazar the priest and before all the people, and he laid his hand on Joshua and prepared him to assume the mantle of leadership. What a great way to transfer power. So that's just one small piece. A couple other parts of the parsha starts out. The parsha starts out with the census. Again, we're taking a census so we can apportion land, because now we're ready to enter the land and have it apportioned. Of course, that's the story of the girls of Zelepha. How do you pronounce his name? Zelophehad or something like that. And they are daughters who are the only heirs of Zelophehad, and go to Moses and say, "It's really not right that we have no brothers, we have no one to inherit our dad's land, and it's not fair that we don't get to partake of that." And so it's the first time that women were given some, and I thought it was pretty brave of them to speak up at all, and so first women's livers, I guess you might call it. No, maybe not. Vashti, Esther, we've had a lot of women's livers in our history. And the third main thing that I want you to take away, we read from Pentecost very, very often, many more times than we read from any of the other parshot. Does anybody know why we do that? Does anybody know what's in Pentecost that we read? Well, you can get your books out, and we'll just take a quick peek. We won't go into very much detail, but we're starting on page 930, 931 actually, and let's not even read what it says, but go down to the not translation, but what's the word I'm looking for here? The commentary. Yes, thank you. That wasn't even coming near my mouth. So what's the first bold thing that you see here on this commentary? The word on 931. Rosh Chodesh, the new moon, right? Does everybody see that? So it clearly delineates right there Rosh Chodesh and what we're going to be prepared to do, how we're to offer our sacrifices on Rosh Chodesh. And so and we've just gone through what Shabbat is, what God expects to happen during Shabbat. Now we're talking about Rosh Chodesh. Shabbat happens every week. Rosh Chodesh happens every month. And then we continue on. What's the next holiday that we're studying? And you see it's another bold words on 931? Pesach, exactly right. Paschal sacrifice and unleavened bread. And so Passover. So when they talk about the Paschal lamb. Okay? Ninth. Yeah. And then let's continue on. What's the 932? What's another thing that we talk about there? Feast of Weeks. Anybody know what that is?
The week after Passover, that you still use unleavened bread.
Feast of Weeks, hang on, let's look at it, 26 to 31. On the day of the first fruit, your Feast of Weeks, when you bring an offering, you should present and I think that might be Shavuot. So that's 7 weeks after Pesach. I think it is, because, yes. Yeah, counting the Omer. So, does it say counting the Omer? Okay. Right, and that's where you do count an Omer. Doesn't say it here, but okay. What happens the next holiday that we observe? We're going to read about. First day of the 7th month. No, first day is Rosh Hashanah. Rosh Hashanah. So that tells us about Rosh Hashanah. And that's funny, it's the new year, but technically Pesach is actually the start of the year. It's very weird, and I don't totally understand it.
The rabbi,
He talked about it, but
rabbi said that we originally had, that was the 7th month, we had that calendar. And then when we were in Babylon, we adopted the Babylon calendar, which had the New Year's then. But nobody wanted to go back and change the Torah. So it
yeah.
still was labeled the 7th month.
Okay,
That's
yeah.
what the rabbi said.
Yeah, okay. Well, you remembered it because I know he's talked about it before. So here is Rosh Hashanah, and then the 10th day of the 7th month. So if we're starting the first day of the 7th month, Rosh Hashanah, what happens 10 days later? Yom Kippur. Right, and so that is there. And then we have another big piece starting 934. And the words are the 15th to the 21st of the 7th month. What happens for 7-8 days after Yom Kippur? Sukkot. And look how much time is given to Sukkot. And so it really was celebrated for 7 days. And then the 8th day on the last on the 8th day is Shemini Atzeret, and then we go into Simchat Torah. So this Parsha, Pinchas, is a really, really important Parsha, and we read it often. We read pieces. So generally when we have 2 Torahs, we read it on Rosh Chodesh, and that actually will be next week. If we have a Torah service, we will be taking out two Torahs, because I think it's next week. Is it next week, Dan? I think it is. I'm pretty sure. We'll be reading the part for Rosh Chodesh. Let me just look. So Torah service. I thought it was. Yeah, I think we do. Oh, short Hallel. So we'll be doing that, and we'll also have a second Torah reading about that piece from Rosh Chodesh. So we'll do both of those parts next week. Any questions on that? Okay. I think that's, pretty specific. One bull, one ram, no blemishes, and yeah, so very, very specific. Okay, Alenu's found on 320. Please rise. Aleinu l'shabeach li'adon ha'kol, la'teik lu'lo li'otzei b'reishi, shelo asanu kirei haratzon, v'lo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam helkeinu kahem, v'goraleinu k'chol hamonam, v'anachnu koreim, Umeshachavim umodim Livnei melech Malchei hamlakim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Shehu notei shamayim v'yotzei oretz Moshe karom b'shamayim ima'al Oshkina tuso B'gavhei meromim Hu Eloheinu Eino Emin Malkeinu Evasulato Kakatu Betorato Bedatayom Bahoshavota Olavavecha Ki Adonai Hu Elohim Bashamayim Imam Ve'oret mitachat Eino Kakatu b'toratecha Adonai yimloch le'olam v'ne'emar V'hayu Adonai Lamelech al kol haaretz Bayom hahu Yeh Adonai echad Ushemo echad Ushemo echad. And while we're standing, if you can, we'll recall our dead of blessed memory. We confront our loss with faith, and we will praise God's name. Tonight we are remembering, hang on. Oops, not that one. Okay. Oh. I'm sorry. Okay. In our year of mourning, we'll remember. Okay. Finally found it, yeah. Mel Firestone, Parla Garland, Mary Fisher, Hilda Roden, Marvin Korn, Joan Babbitt, and apparently Dan Belgrade just passed away yesterday or today. So we'll remember him. Parsha Pinchas, we remember Susan Ray Lewis, Bernard Klein, Lillian Mann, Susan F. Margulies, Gerald Smith, Yvette Bryn, Max Lang, David Ide, and Henry Hollander, Parsha Matot Masay, Molly Simon, Seymour Slackman, my mother, Mullen Schneider, Robert Schenter, Simon Metzger, and any other names you want to bring up. Okay? So we'll just have a moment of silence for them. May their lives have been for a blessing. Thank you. You may be seated. We'll conclude the service with Adon Olam on 5:14. Adon Olam asher mala b'terem kol yitzir nivra li'ez nasa behefso kol azai melech shemo nigra bi'acharei kiklot hakol levado yimloch nora v'hu haya v'hu hoveh v'hu yeh b'tifara v'hu echad v'yein sheni laham shilo lahabiro bali reshit bali tachlit v'lo haoz v'ham Yisrael v'hu eli v'chai goali v'tzur chevli b'eit tzara v'hu nisi umanos li manot kosi b'yom ekra b'yado avkihuhi b'yedi shan v'ya'ira v'imruhi gaviyati Adonai li v'lo ira. Did I do it all? That didn't sound like the end. Sorry. I'm trying to do two things at once. We used to have a service provider, and he says, as soon as he started thinking about something else, he got distracted and he got lost. So it's truth. Okay. So on our schedule, Harry will do Parsha Pinchas tomorrow, and he is usually a very interesting speaker. On Sunday, coming up, on Sunday the 4th of August, 10 to noon, there's a 9 o'clock, there's a drop-off, and then they're having a children's clothing toy book swap. So that's basically for the Sunday school. I don't see anybody here that's going to really affect too much. On Sunday the 11th, we're going to, and I think there's a board meeting. Is that the board meeting that day? Fourth. So that's at 4 o'clock. And anybody's welcome to come to that. It's not fun. Sorry. What? Yeah. Sunday the 11th of August is Tish B'Av services. Rabbi Slotnick from Walla Walla will be leading. He's a gentleman that came during when Rabbi was here the second weekend of Pesach, and Rabbi Elizabeth was here, and he's a rabbi, and he lives in Walla Walla now, so he's going to lead us, and it's not very long, 11 to 1 I think, but that is Sunday. We'll do a short service. I think we have a Torah service, and then we'll be reading parts of Lamentation, or maybe all of it. And maybe a little talk about Tisha B'Av, you know. And then on Friday the 15th through the 17th, Judy Selden Cohen, author of Recharging Judaism, How Civic Engagement is Good for Synagogues, Jews in America. So Friday, after services and the potluck, she'll giving a talk called How an NFL Team Executive Wrote a Book with Her Rabbi. And Saturday, after service, there'll be a talk and text discussion titled Responding to Complaints on the Civic Engagement Journey. So that's the third weekend. Again, that's the Et Hanan. So that's the Shema and the Torah 10 pronouncements. So it's a really important Shabbat. So everybody is welcome for that one. And that, okay. Next Friday's service is early, 5:30, short service, and the Friday that Judy, what's her name again? Judy Selden Cohen is here. That also is that's a potluck night, so we have services at 5:30, and then the potluck, and then we have her talk. So that's the 15th. We wish healing to Stan Goldsmith, David Groper, Susan Catherine, Edna Carlinzi, and yeah. Okay. Is there anything else we need to? of course, the holidays are coming up, so... Oh, and finally, both Jerry and Keith Klein are riding to fight CF. Keith Klein is a member whose son has a form of CF, not the bad form, but he discovered it when he was like a freshman in college, and it was quite a bad year for him. So, cystic fibrosis. So they have a bike ride, and if you want to donate to that, it's on the website. Anything else, Dan? Thank you all for coming. Brett Menaker and Carol supplied the one. It's downstairs. And I've heard that there is a cucumber bandit here who's brought a bag of cucumbers, has not dropped them off, but it's not quite as bad as zucchinis, right? Have you heard that story where they, if you leave your car unlocked, sometimes you discover zucchinis left on your car seats. So Shabbat Shalom, and we'll go down and enjoy the oneg. I shouldn't disparage cucumbers, should I, Gabby? I like cucumbers. My little Gabby likes them too.